Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Keeping It Real, Cooking with Lisa, and I'm Lisa, perfectly punctual, throwing food in my mouth. I'm going to put my hair up. All right. Now, as you jump on, feel free to say hello. I'm going to put my apron on because we are making enchiladas. And I am wearing a white shirt, and I'm not going to change. Maybe a foolish thing to do, but I've been foolisher. Hello, Auntie M. All right, so putting my apron on. I already have my rice. I'm taking that out because in addition to making our enchiladas for supper, I am doing some meal prep and lunch prep for the rest of the week. So this is how fun Epicure is, all right? So as you jump on, say hi, let me know you're here. I'm glad you made it. It has been an exciting afternoon thus far. I had a customer, she ordered a couple things and I stopped, and so I delivered one that I had here at the house that she wanted, that, you know, you couldn't get in the catalog, but I had one. So I stopped at her house on the way home from school. Hi, Debbie. And she said, I just thought I'd check. I haven't got my multi-purpose steamer, or she was one of my dip bundle winners. The kick dip bundles that I gave away at the end of April and early May. And I'm like, you should have. And so I went on and looked, and lo and behold, it said her multi-purpose steamer was delivered back to Utah, back to the warehouse in Utah. So I've emailed customer experience to have that get to her house, and she said it is not an Epicure thing, it is a postal thing because they use the postal service. And she said the postal service argues on whether she's Oswego or Mexico or New Haven. So I'm working on that, but she had 2 orders and I couldn't find the other one. Ooh, look at rice is done. Can you guys see that? It's not very clear. Let me see if I can get that. I don't know. Maybe closer. I don't know. It's not a very clear picture of my rice, but it does look good, I promise. So the rice is done, and we're just going to leave that in here. So, but needless to say, I realized I had ordered the kick dip bundles for the people that won. I ordered them from under another consultant's link because she was close to qualifying. So I ordered on her account to help out one of my consultants on my team, you know, because she was close and I didn't want her to get disqualified because she's loving what she's doing. It was just a bad order. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot all about that I had ordered it that way. So I was on the phone with her right up until I got off. So what I'm going to do is just sprinkle my chicken with a little fajita. Okay, I'm not measuring it. I'm just going to sprinkle it. All right, just sprinkling the chicken with a little fajita seasoning. And then I'm going to pop this in the microwave. Oh, no wonder this doesn't fit. I put the wrong lid. And this steamer is the square steamer. This was a Hostess exclusive. You had to host a party to get it. And so me having to have every piece of silicone that Epicure offers, I had a party just so I could get that. Here's the correct lid. All right. So then I'm going to do some fajita chicken, but I'm also going to make some other flavors, okay? So that I am going to have chicken. Let me put this in. I am going to have chicken and rice all week. But I don't necessarily have to have the same flavor of chicken all week. So I am just going to, I got my chicken in here, do a few different flavors. And I am using my Epicure omelet maker, which has been discontinued. And I will be honest when I say I'm really hoping this comes out of retirement because I love this thing. But you know what? Corporate knows what they're doing. They're the ones with the brains and whatnot. Stick that in there. All right, so now I have my chicken in my omelet maker. Hi Karen, how are you? I'm gonna do herb and garlic and CCB. So again, I'm not even gonna measure. So in one of the omelet makers, I'm gonna use the herb and garlic and just sprinkle it on, okay? So, and then close the lid. The 3 holes are on the top. And then on the other 2, I'm going to do the CCB, which is cheddar chives bacon. All right, so they're dip mixes, but you can also use them to season your meat. And what I have found when I'm doing 2 of the omelet makers at the same time, just put them on your plate like this, and it tends to work a little bit better. All right, so while we're waiting though, let's whip up our enchilada seasoning. We got 4 minutes left on the big batch of chicken. Using my Epicure Prep Pro scissors. So I'm going to put my enchilada seasoning. It is so good. And this is an Epicure bowl with a non-slick on the bottom that I got for a Hostess exclusive 1 month. Yay! And it was so easy, right? Karen's talking about the watermelon pizza. I think I just shared the recipe either yesterday or today. And it is one of my favorite summer treats. And if you don't want to make it into a pizza, you honestly can just, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, cube up your watermelon and make the dip. And put the dip in a bowl in the center. Because the dip will kind of thin and water down a little when it's on, you know, the watermelon, because watermelon's watery. But all right, so now, so the recipe for the enchilada sauce is right on the back. I know, it's so easy and so good. Hello Rita, welcome to the cooking show. I'm glad you're here. I need 1.5 cups of water. I'm going to use my Prep Pro perfect portion scoops. So this is the protein, a healthy fat, vegetable, and then your starch. And I'll be using these later also to portion out my rice and my chicken. But right now I'm going to use them to measure water because I need 1.5 cups. And it's only water, so it doesn't really matter, right? Put that there. And then I'm going to take my Epicure whisk and I'm just going to whisk the tomato paste in the water. Okay. And this enchilada seasoning already smelled good before I started whisking it in here. So good. We usually have a little bowl left over because I don't use a lot of sauce. I'm not like a big sauce. So what I'm going to be looking for this time is something to make with the leftover enchilada seasoning. And then a little coconut oil. Usually you melt it. I'll just tell you that. Okay. I'm not. I'm just going to whisk it in. Alright. My coconut oil, and then you need a little lime juice, or you could use a fresh lime and use our citrus press. But because I don't want my lime, I usually just do lime juice, and I've been having a hard time finding lime juice and lemon juice. Is anybody else having a hard time finding lemon juice and lime juice? I don't understand my problem. Or I'm just blind as a bat and walking by them everywhere I go. One or the other. I'm not even really sure anymore. Alright, so Throw those in the sink. Get that out of the way. I already opened and drained my black beans. I already drained my black beans, so those are ready to go. Now I'm going to slide this. I'm going to put the rice to the back, and I'll get another trivet to set our chicken on when it comes out. Alright, so there's that. And then we're going to put the CCB chicken and the herb and garlic chicken into the microwave. So I'm taking out the fajita flavored chicken, taking my 2 omelet makers that are back to back, and I'm just going to do 4 minutes, and I'm going to leave the lid on the chicken because we don't need it open. I have my Epicure cutting mat down here. I'm not cutting, but just to kind of, my cutting mat's clean, and I did clean my counter, but you know, it's a counter. So we're going to be using that multi-purpose steamer again. With the rice, I had the trivet on. I don't need the trivet for the enchiladas because we're going to roll them and put them in the bottom. So I'm just going to set this over here. Put the lid on top. So now what we do is I'm going to use my Epicure saute spoon. I'm going to put a little enchilada seasoning or enchilada sauce on the inside. I'm going to add some cheese, which it looks like this needs to get added to my grocery list. Some beans. And sometimes I mix and do, you know, a couple different types of beans, but I did not this time. And I will tell you that if you warm your tortillas up in the oven a little, they will roll a little easier. But I took mine out and got them to room temperature, so mine are pretty good. But I don't know, I've been wanting enchiladas. And alright, this is a funny / true story from today at school. Hello, Anna! Big hugs! Oh, my heart's so happy. I mean, I'm happy you're all here, but oh, Anna, your baby is so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. So I'm just gonna wrap these up, and usually I'll do like some chicken, some beef, or some beans, but hubby is not eating any. He had dental surgery a week ago. Well, it was a week on Friday, and to say that he is struggling still is an understatement. Poor guy. He did eat something that was almost like real food yesterday for the first time, so I didn't know the enchilada might work, but I know the meat is a challenge, so I told him I have ground beef out too, so I'm going to be making like a meatloaf or something for him. Alright, so I'm just going to do another slather of that delicious enchilada seasoning. And as always, our Epicure seasonings are all gluten-free, low in sodium, low in sugar, or no sodium and no sugar. It really is good for you, and it tastes good. So I'm making about I made 4 tortillas. This is our collapsible strainer, and it fits inside our 8 cup. That bottom layer does, like to drain. I had it draining the beans. And it fits perfectly to this section with our 12 cup pot, so that you can do your canning and that kind of stuff and strain at a deeper level. It's pretty handy, actually. All right, so I'm going to roll my last one up. All right, so there, my 4 enchiladas are inside my multi-purpose steamer. And then what I'm going to do is just put my enchilada sauce on the top. Okay. And if my husband was eating it, I would save some because he likes some on the side to dip in. And watch, he'll be like, I can eat it. This is great. Where's the extra enchilada sauce? Oh, yeah. So I'm making sure the tortilla is completely covered. I have found that that works the best. Okay. Just set it there. Okay. So now we have the 4 enchiladas. There's a little bit of sauce inside with the cheese and the black beans. All right. I used the last of my grated cheese, as you saw. And in anticipation of knowing that was going to happen, I have my cheese that I had cut for snacks. I can eat them, Debbie. So, I mean, they're not super spicy, but they do have a little bite. They might have a little bit of a kick for you. Because I know that you're very sensitive to the heat. If Melissa Clark was on. Melissa, are you on? Or if Missy catches the replay later, Debbie, I'll ask her because she's also a non-heat person. And I don't know if she does the enchiladas. I don't like a lot of heat, but I love these enchiladas. All right, so, we got our enchiladas in. Now, they just have to cook to room temperature, not room temperature, but because the sauce, the tortillas, the beans, everything's done. So you can put this on a plate to make it easier to get it in and out when you put it in. Make sure your lid's back on. And let me see, what does it tell you here? It says 6 to 8 minutes. I'll do 6. All right, I feel like I can't see you guys. Well, I mean, I can't see you anyway, but, okay, so Karen's saying she doesn't think it's too spicy. So I can eat it, and I can't usually eat a lot of spice. All right. So now, this is how I would meal prep. So I have my chicken, and we have our fajita chicken, all right? Watch what I do. So I'm getting my cupboard above me, all right? Trying to not have things fall on me. How many people have stuff fall out of the top cupboard when you open it? All right, so these are the 2 containers that when you book a party in May and use your Hostess exclusive, these are the containers that you would be getting. So what we're going to do is, now for pasta, like I said, your starch is going to be the yellow with the perfect portion scoops. All right, so I'm going to put my rice. And you'll notice I really smush it in there because, all right, I'll do my perfect portion, but I really want my rice or my quinoa or whatever my starch is. So now what I'm doing, okay, move this back. All right, can you guys see like what's going on here? All right. So for the starch, it's this 1/2 cup, so I'm using my perfect portion scoop, so I know I'm only getting that 1/2 cup, all right? And then I'll save some because my husband will be like, I don't care what your perfect portions. I love him, but he doesn't care about my perfect portions, okay? So I have 6 dished out right now, all right? I have enough for 7. And sometimes what I'll do is I make sure I buy the glass containers that can also go in the freezer. Alright, a couple of these are going to have a little extra because I'm just off by like that much. Alright, so that's our starch. So I have my rice all pre-portioned out here, okay? Now, I'm going to slide these up. Can you guys all see that? Like what we're doing? Hello, Elaine. Alright, so now what I want to do is, I'm trying to move everything so you guys can see this. You don't necessarily have to see the chicken. I'll show it to you, but all right. So here's all of our dishes, right? Okay, that we're going to be filling to make dinner. So the first one we did, that was almost bad, was the fajita chicken, all right? So this was, I just used the fajita. I sprinkled it on to taste, and I've made this enough. I know what it tastes like. I know about what heat I can handle. So now, the only thing we're going to be missing, I'm just going to warn you, is I haven't cooked my vegetables yet, and I'll probably do those after. So I'm going to take my fajita chicken, and I really want, this is your perfect portion, okay? So what I'll do is cut it, and a lot of times I have a small scale. I just weigh it, and I weigh my 3 ounces. But if you don't have a scale and you don't want to buy a scale, Epicure has made these perfect portion scoops so that you don't have to, you know, buy a scale and weigh it out. You know, it's like fork down. When I used to do tops, I think it was a handful. You know, it had to fit in your hand. So see, this, depending on who you are, that's a cup of chicken, and then there's me. Like, no, you can fit a little bit more in there. I don't want to be hungry. So I'm going to cut a little bit more. But I was pretty close. So you can tell I've been measuring this stuff out for a while, because I was pretty gosh darn close to what I was going to need. All right. So there's my fajita chicken, and I'll put that, and I'm just going to leave room to dump my veggies in there. But while I do that, I'm going to just set the lid on and watch what I do. I take a Sharpie. 4 ounce, not 3 ounce. You are shorting yourself. Ooh. And labeling my container, fajita chicken. And with the magic erase marker, this washes right off. Well, so maybe I should be using these, Debbie. Is that what you're saying? But for lunch, I can't seem to eat 4 ounces. So, so you're just gonna, you know, measure, cut it up, and then it'll all be labeled. So yes, I'll be eating chicken every day, but I love chicken, and I could eat chicken every day and have no complaints. But it'll be labeled, so I'll know which one's the fajita, which one's the herb and garlic, and which one is the cheddar chives and bacon. Now the microwave just dinged, so our enchiladas and dinner is done, folks. It's 5:25. It's been 25 minutes. Dinner's done. All the meat is prepped for the rest of the week for dinners and lunches. And the house smells delicious. The only thing I have left to do is to make my vegetables to go in my meal prep. So I'm going to have 3 that are fajita. And then I have 2.5 pounds of ground beef that I'm going to be making. I think I'm doing a meatloaf, and one I'm going to use the donair seasoning. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I need to keep. All right, I need one for tonight. Isn't that funny? I need to remember I have to eat tonight. All right, so now the next one is our herb and garlic. Okay. And remember, I just used my omelet maker. Don't fall in love with the omelet maker because you can't buy it anymore. But if you have it, cherish it, love it. I bought a few extras, and I've sold 2 of them already to some of my customers. I think I have 1 or 2 left. So this is the herb and garlic. I didn't label my fajita. I'm talking to you, and I'm never going to remember. Fajita. Okay. And so this is the herb and garlic. because with the ground beef, I'll mix some of that up. I still have some honey garlic meatballs seasoning. Oh my gosh, that's good. Okay. I don't even know what I want for dinner because they all taste good. Well, I'm having enchiladas. All right. So this is herb and garlic chicken. Fajita chicken. And then we need our CCB chicken, which is cheddar chives and bacon. So the omelet maker, I love the omelet maker because it's for so much more than just omelets. You can cook chicken, your vegetables. You can make over easy eggs. You can make stuff, a French toast. And I shouldn't even be teasing you because you guys can't order it. So it's kind of mean of me. But I was doing meal prep, and this is what I would use. So I didn't think it was necessarily mean. And having the chicken enchiladas are really good. But like I said, I'm trying to make something that hubby can eat. What is this one? I think this is fajita. Oh my gosh, that's good. Oh, that's really good. All right. And that's my CCB. CCB chicken. And this is a fajita chicken. And then I have 2 left that once I cook the ground beef, I'll be able to, switch it over. Let me slide the dirty dishes out here. So what I have right now is a fajita chicken. I have 1, 2, 3 fajita chickens, the herb and garlic chicken, CCB chicken, and then I have 2 for when I make my meatballs. All right, but I'm not going to keep you on to do that. So while dinner was cooking, I did my lunch and dinner prep for the next few days. So some of the chicken was done with our delicious fajita. Some was made with our delicious CCBs, cheddar chives and bacon. And some was done with our herb and garlic. But for dinner tonight, I made enchiladas, okay? All of our products are gluten-free, low or no sodium, low or no sugar. And so, if you see the lid, the steam's coming out those 3 holes. You want to make sure you open it away from you. And voila, our enchiladas are done. Let me dish one out. I'll use my Epicure spatula. And the joy tonight is I don't have to remember which ones have chicken and which ones have beef and which, because usually I try to put them in here a different way. And voila, dinner is served. Let me cut into it so you can see. Bring it right up. Okay, how's that? Better? Okay. So, and there is our delicious Epicure enchiladas. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's, I know, meal prep day smells yummy. I did not do meal prep yesterday, so I'm doing it today, but I wanted to include it on the live, so I purposely didn't do it on Sunday and today, and I need to snap a picture so I can put it on the Epic Life Challenge Facebook group. But thank you for joining me. I am Lisa, Keeping It Real Cooking with Lisa. I'm so glad you made it. You were able to join me as I worked on a little meal prep and made dinner at the same time. 31 minutes, and I have meal prep and dinner is served. And then I have my ground beef that I'm going to be making some honey garlic meatballs, which isn't available anymore. And it's so good. And I don't know. I haven't decided. I might do, this is, it was between the Montreal steak or my stuff is I don't know. I had it out, and so I don't even know anymore where everything is. Or one of the new ones. I can't find it. But, I ran out of a couple too. Not a bad thing to tell you, right? Like, I ran out of my seasonings because I use them too much. Oh, sorry, my steamer's dirty. It's on the rack because I used it. I don't think those are bad things. So tonight was enchiladas, and it says yum. So yum for me. Have a great night. Oh, really? I don't have to get my pictures? Oh, you know what? You're right. I submitted. Do we have to do inches? I measured. Yeah, I did that online. I did my measurements, but they did not ask me for a photo. So thanks, everybody. I'm going to go eat dinner, get my vegetables in the microwave to go into my meal prep, and get my burgers done. And I'm going to have dinner and lunch prepped for my husband and I for the rest of the week. Have a great night. Thanks for coming. lisabuske.epicure.com. Place your orders there. If you are here for one of my amazing hosts that have a party open, make sure you go to the top right-hand corner, select their name so they get credit. And exciting stuff coming your way. I can't wait to tell you. And there is a new TikTok up. So if you're on TikTok, head on over. There's a TikTok that my daughter and I made together. It was a trend. Well, at least it was a week ago when we made it. I don't know how long a trend lasts on TikTok. Have a good night, everybody.